like 3 days, 4 days also.
Days of the marriage, when Panditji started the marriage, I think 6 hours to 7 hours. It is taking 6 to 7 hours to complete marriage. That is some sloka, some chanted there. So I think that is the marriage process. Marriage process. But uh, festival like functions started before 2 days when the mandap is decorated before one day and uh, मंडप जानते हैं ना माड़ो that is called माड़ो
Yes, now
in
that
my
we see
local
like
language.
a lot of people enjoying also I like Jaimala function. What? Yes.
Yes, also this event goes with the marriage. It is new fashion,
Yes, and
but
ancient time people see.
main marriage ceremony is the performing by the priest. Our priest performs our marriage through the our Vedas sloka like Sindur Dan.
Yes, Kanyadan, Sindurdan, lot of function done during.
Yes, Jamal is the only that is event public event to show off the marriage. That is not a real marriage. This is an event only.
Yes, this is I like fashion. Yes, sir.
Yes, it is fashion which has come to our community. So main marriage started when Panditji start.
Yes,
But in Mumbai or in Maharashtra, how marriage complete by the Pandit or by the only Jaimal system, I don't know. But in our community, always Panditji perform some activity to complete the marriage, and there is text Vivah book in Sanskrit. So Panditji perform that activity and then complete our marriage.
here we see a lot of people came from both sides, girl side and boy side, meet together in one Vibha Bhavan, and one stage is also available. First of all, girl came with his side, ladies and gents, and guy also present with his family, and one Panditji also present, was present, and they also speak some sloka.
Actually, in Muslims and in Christians, there is no marriage. Marriage, there is only nikah. Nikah means that is agreement. Agreement to spend time between with those husband and wife.
I like court marriage. Court marriage.
Yes, yes, yes. Before the Kaji, they accept both each other and marriage is done. Only nikah is done. That can you cannot say that that is marriage. Vivah. That is cannot vivah. Vivah is different thing. It is only done in Sanatan Dharma, and it is regarded that there is some rituals performed by our priest, and they are always promised for 7 birth to live with each other. Hello.
Yes, yes, Sundar sir.
That is why in our culture there is no uh, talak system. You cannot find a word, proper word in Hindi language. Uh, talak, Hindi of talak, you cannot say.
Yes,
There is
see,
no word.
I, we see that in our society, there no any person this type of example in our society.
Yes.
Good morning, Brenda.
Good morning,
Good
sir.
evening. I'll
Yes,
say good evening.
Brenda time is like
Good
good
evening.
good
Yeah.
evening. So I think namaste word is fine. Yes, Brenda sir. Doesn't matter morning or evening.
Yes, yes.
So Brenda, do you know namaste word?
It's like a greeting.
Greeting word to
Namaste.
each other.
Yeah, greeting. But
Namaste.
it's a specific greetings because maybe it's a greeting for religion.
No, a person can say to other namaste to welcome.
Welcome. I like welcome.
Oh,
First time meet, I like good morning, good evening, good afternoon. So it's I like namaste. Doesn't matter morning, afternoon.
okay. It's a general, yeah, greetings.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Doesn't matter which time. If you meet,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why, but I think Namaste is for a greetings for a religion. I thinking.
no. It's not a religion.
Okay.
Namaste is like Hindi word. Yes, Sundar sir.
Yes, yes.
This is Hindi word. But maximum time we see that our when our prime minister and USA president meet, then they call namaste. So do you hear namaste word before today, Brenda?
Sorry?
Do you listen this word namaste before today? Before today, you listen or no namaste word?
Yeah, I know the word, but I thinking it's I talk is a greetings for religion, but now I know it's a general greetings. But yes, I listen before this word.
So Brenda sir, which topic we will discuss today?
Brenda will choose some topic.
Sorry?
Choose any topic, Brenda, for discussion today.
I have one question, but maybe it's a traditional in India. Why the person using like a circle in your
Secular.
yeah one circle in your face? What do you mean this circle?
Brenda sir, you understand question?
No, no.
Yeah,
He,
let me repeat the question. Maybe it's a personal question about traditional in India. And my question is, what do you mean, or what do you mean the circle color, different color, red or maybe orange in your face? What do you mean this circle?
Holi.
Yeah, no, no. I think Brenda is telling that about tilak on the face, on the forehead, putting some that is not a color. That is sandal or turmeric or this type of thing. Usually put the people on the forehead. This is called a tilak.
Oh, the name is tilak.
Yes,
Oh, what do you mean this tilak?
it is in our culture. We worship our God and offer some uh, like a turmeric and a sandal to God, and from their feet I we put that turmeric or sandal to our forehead to pay respect to the God. It is symbol of we have done our worship.
Okay.
And do you know, Brenda, our mind is always means, busy. So, for peace of our mind, our ancient people started this tilak with chandan. You know, chandan, like gravy of chandan, taken in a center of our head, means, face. It will be a scientist reason after you made this tilak, then your mind is always peace. This type of speech also happen in our society.
Actually, in our religion, Hindu religion, we put only when tilak on the our forehead when we worship our God.
Do you speak this type
And
of tilak? I'm sharing Brenda. This type of tilak.
Yes.
This type of tilak.
Yes.
Yeah. So you see this picture one was this uncle ji.
and women use women.
So you know here is white tilak is
Hello.
also showing white color tilak. So white color tilak means this is called I like chandan tilak chandan wood made by chandan wood. Do you know chandan wood?
Sandal. That is sandal.
Okay. So sandalwood is very good for peace of our mind. That's why the reason our ancient people always making tilak like for peace of our mind.
But
And one thing
only
also in women's Vrinda, uh, women wear sindoor. That is called sindoor on their head, between the head. That is in color red color sindoor on their head. That is symbol of being married people always wear sindoor.
okay,
That
and
is the color.
always yeah, always the woman or man always using this tilak
Women not.
only.
Tilak is only by uh, men, and women use sindoor on their head. That is symbol always they wear. If they are married people, they are married women, they would always wear sindoor on their head until their their husband is alive. If their husband is died, then the wearing of sindoor will be stopped.
O- Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the explanation.
Actually, before you joined, we were discussing. Our discussion was going on the marriage in our culture. So we can discuss also if you ask some question related to our culture. So how marriage ceremony event goes in your society, or how your rituals goes in your society. Here, marriage ceremony here in India, I think it would take whole night to complete our marriage by the priest by offering
Simple.
some chanting some Vedas, slokas, and it would take whole night to complete our marriage. And there, 7 round of fire by side we complete both husband and wife. They are coming, going to be husband and wife. They complete 7 round of the fire. They take oath that we will live along, we will live both for 7 births, not 7 years. They will live happily 7 births. That is in our culture. That is why in our culture in Hindi in India there is no Hindi of divorce. There is no Hindi of divorce because you cannot divorce your wife or your husband. You have to live whole life, and also coming life. It is thought in our culture that we will when we will die, we will take new birth somewhere. And also thinking is this, that God may give us the uh, provide our life partner to be complete next life also. So we hope so.
I have one question. That divorce is allowed in India or is no permit
But
divorce?
permitted nowadays, government has permitted, because in India different religions people are living, like Christian and Muslims and Sikh and many more Buddhist. So to so it is allowed by the government to take talak, that is called in Muslims in other language talak, in our Indian culture, but not in Hindi language. You cannot find a word of divorce. You can find only word that is called talak. It is uh, related to Urdu, not in Hindi.
Okay, I don't know if you know, but in USA, Mexico, and maybe others country, uh, the young people don't wanna marry. Then the people join with other person, but not with a legal marriage. It's a free union.
No, here not. Here in our culture, at the age of 25 or 30, 35, they would go to marry, and at mostly at the acceptance of their parents and their uh, family, they offer that yes, you should to marry with her. And also they decide, husband decide to marry with whom in our culture. But early days it was decided by the family, but now uh, era has changed, and now always go to husband to choose their bride. And then marriage ceremony happened, and I think 99% Hindu people have only one marriage in his life, not second marriage, because there is no system in our Hindu culture to divorce their wife, because we have taken oath early in our marriage ceremony to live 7 births with them.
Yes, during marriage time, they promise each other.
Yeah,
We
I
will,
think when the people is in marriage, they have different votes for other person, and maybe it's a common say that the marriage is for entire life.
yes, whole life.
And actually, it's not common in India, but in Mexico and USA more. The person don't wanna take a marriage, and this is the reason why maybe the people don't wanna make marriage because they wanna be independent.
Yes, this is the very bad thing for our society, Brenda. If no any person will marry, then what will the next generation? Yes, maximum young people nowadays think that this is my life, so whatever we want means maximum people want to what means earn more money, and they enjoy only one life. Doesn't matter what will be the next generation. That's why the reason maximum developed country or maximum educated people never try to enjoy like marriage life. Yes, Brinda.
Yes, actually, in that school, no, it's not common this subject, but in house, yes. But actually, the situation is the woman can be independent, and the woman's actually thinking it's like a feminist thinking don't need a man and I can everything without other person.
Yes,
But but
definitely they can do anything without any man. But complete to here in our culture, that is wife is called Ardhangani in Hindi word. Ardhangani means half part of life. So if your life is would be completed, cannot be completed without your wife or without your husband. So they are only half part. If they are binding with each other, then the life completes. So here in my culture, this is our process to live. So I think you can complete you can pursue your dream, but after completing that that is not be complete whole life. You can achieve by the age of 20, 35, 30. After completing your goal, then you should have to marry na, with other person.
yeah, I agree.
Family that is not meaning become only uh, unmarried person whole life. So how would be your nature? It is not natural. How would your generation will grow? God has given birth us to or here perform some activity, and in those activity all our generation to grow also this activity is. So, and for this we should marry here in western, I think that in western culture, uh, one trend is going on like living relationship. Okay, but you cannot find in India. Only a few people they are living in relationship. That is not proper. They are not respected by the people here. This type of thinking. So, but in Western culture, they are living without marry, and a lot of uh, children take birth before the marry also marriage. So I think they are not provided when they are taking birth on the earth, but there is no father, no mother, and they are cured in the government provided shelter, and this is not proper, I think, but it is a personal view. uh, Brinda,
Yes,
Yeah,
in my
yeah,
opinion.
I agree with you because what happened when you grow up and you are old? Who will take care of you?
yes, because
The person need, yeah, the person need other person.
yes, suppose
Good
25.
morning, Vivek ji.
Yes,
Good morning.
yes, sir. Good morning, Vivek ji.
Network is very poor. Network is very poor, sir. Your voice is not coming properly.
Yes, Vivek ji, network is times. Yes, then our life is not only age of 25 to 35, 37. Yes, our life is 0 to 70, 75, 80 years. So, if our Western culture nowadays presume only life is only for enjoy that time. So, naturally, this is not good for our whole life. Next generation also. Naturally, if marriage.
Yes, actually, we have one issues because what happened if one child born after the marriage?
Am
If
I
both
audible,
of
sir?
them, yes,
Yes, Vivek ji, you are audible now.
So, very, very good morning to all of you, sir.
Good morning, Vivek ji. Today we discussing regarding marriage life versus nowadays, in Western culture, maximum youngster never want to marriage. They enjoy only relationship life, but never try to marriage with any person.
Yes, yes.
We are discussing the
Yes, 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 yes,
advantage
yes.
and disadvantage of this marriage life versus only
Marriage,
relationship.
marriage.
Yes, only relationship life.
Very good discussion. And according to me, mm, relation is only when uh, give us advantage that when we get married, because uh, after married after marriage we get a friend to talk all our uh, problems, to talk our all happiness, to share our uh, thoughts, to share our So it is very important to so the culture is going on like you say that type of relations is available and we have no uh, trust. They only want to enjoy. Some people like this type of relations before marriage. After then they get married in that relationship, but after some time they get married
Vivek
because
sir, sometimes your
this
voice breaks, totally ununderstandable.
Givenchy,
start full life with you are continue.
Actually, your sound
Hello,
is sometimes
Go
Vivek
break.
sir,
there where
your voice is not
network is
coming.
available
Your voice
in
is
good
not coming.
manner.
Sundar sir, as for my view, I think nowadays no difference between girls and boys regarding job. Yes, Sundar sir.
Yes,
So
yes,
this is the big advantage, I think, because in ancient times we see that girls' role is only for housewife, like housewife.
yes.
Yes, but
They
nowadays woman has two types of role, like housewife and working life also. So when earn money right now, so they feel I like freedom. They have right to marry or not marry. But ancient times they have no any other right. They have only one choice. Means any family, girls, after young, their parents need to marry. But nowadays they have two paths. Means they have one right to they want to marry or not. So I think this is a big advantage of current time. Because naturally, suppose Surendra sir, animal, birds, they have naturally birds, born new animals. It's naturally going on. But only in human life, they have right to marry or not marry. And I think maximum educated people, doesn't matter man or woman, they never want to born a baby and save there 4 or 5 years for growing him. So this type of work they neglected. That's why the reason they never try to marriage and enjoy their life as like natural life. So, Sundar sir, you have any more idea regarding this?
I think Brinda will tell something about how marriage happened in her society. So and how they live, people live without marry.
Yes, how many percentage right now? Marriage life versus without marriage life. Brenda, you have any idea regarding this?
Maybe 50-50.
Okay, 50%. It's a very big
Yeah,
increase because our life is not only young life. As like this is a natural thing, kids life, young life, and also senior citizen life.
actually the issues is you have one kid before to take marriage, and the relationship free it's not working. What happened with the kid? Living with your mother or living with your father? In Mexico the law is more advantage with the mother, because the mother is the concept to care about the child, and the father provide the resources or the money for the education for the kid. But in my opinion, this kid grow up with different idea, not the common family, because the relationship between the mother and father is broken, and the kids spend that time with different houses, different maybe cultures, and maybe live with the mother 5 days and 2 days with the father, and it's not a common development for the kids, because maybe in one house per allow one education, and in a other house when your father permit or allow other ideas, other education, and this is a trouble,
Yes, that's why the reason I think.
because the kid, yeah, because the kid not grow up with the same family. Maybe the mother try to connect with other person, and the father try to connect with other woman, and this is a chaos for the young kid.
When father is going to marry with other women, and the child with whom goes to with mother or father. Hello, Linda.
Yeah, the custody is, yeah, the custody in Mexico is to with the mother.
With the mother, and mother marry with the other person. So it is not necessary that accept the person accept that son, that baby, as his son, because in real he is not his son. So he maybe some like not have proper behavior about that baby. So there is a uh, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, what you call.
Yeah, many women or mothers, when the other person don't wanna the other son, the mother try to return the kids to the father, because in the other relationship is a problem, because the kids is not accepted. for the other person.
But in
This
here,
is bad for
here
the kid.
stepfather, in my culture, that it is regarded that stepfather cannot care the baby because he is not his real baby. He's other person's baby. So he cannot accept and cannot care like proper and cannot give proper education to that baby. So it is always a risk. uh, and also when dispute goes between the husband and wife, a lot of effect goes to the baby and baby's mind. Always, yeah, in this situation baby grows in insecurity, always feel insecure. So circumstances if happened, husband and wife, these type circumstances, so it is harmful for the baby that is unmature and risk of being feeling insecurity in his mind. So it is good thing or not to take second marry, but or husband or wife, if they are taking second marriage, so future of the baby may be in risky.
Yes, Amarnath sir also told us, Surinder sir, in
Mhm.
USA, marriage life is maximum 7 years. It's average 7 years is right now running as like marriage life. So,
But in this situation, sir, life of baby, life of your son or daughter goes to be risky because their caring of should not be, I think, would not be proper in proper way because they are stepmother or stepfather. They cannot care and they are not a natural. They are not natural baby. So I think they in Indian culture it is regarded that stepmother or stepfather they have not proper behavior about their stepson. So here in our culture it is not accepted. So I think there would be also they would not have proper love of affectionate to their daughter, stepson. So there is risk always goes if there is a breakup happened between the husband and wife. So namaste, sir.
Namaste sir.
Namaste.
Good
We will
morning.
be discussing regarding our marriage life versus nowadays we see that in Western culture they enjoy only relationship life without marriage. So
Yeah, we are.
naturally this
That's
is
not a good news. Every culture has a problem right now in
yes
relationship.
naturally this is not good for our society. But nowadays we see that a lot of educated people in this.
Actually, sir,
We
in
are.
India
We are.
there is no Hindi meaning of divorce. There is talak. Talak is not a Hindi word. So there is no Hindi meaning of talak, divorce. So
Yeah.
because in
Well,
our culture there is no system. There was no
that's
system
true.
of divorce, but it is spreading like wildfire in our society. So
Yeah.
this is
Yeah. That's
very
not good
not
news.
a very good thing.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, two things for Brinda's vocabulary. Brinda, we use namaste means I don't know you know about that meaning of not. So namaste is good morning and goodbye both for us. Namaste means that the one salutation, and it means that it is a word mixed of two things. Nama to bhyam. Nama means namo means what you call bowing to you, and tubhyam means you. So that is the simple meaning of it. And basically, when we say we are bowing to you, it is not bowing to your physical body, but physical internal divinity in you, which we all have. and that's the way we say that we are going to the God, which is present in everybody. That's the one way. So that's the one word. And second word for you, I'm going to slowly increase your vocabulary of Indian words. Uh, he said about talak. I don't know how much you know about that. And that is talak is a Urdu word, not even Urdu. It is an Arabic word which is for divorce in our Western world. And so, Surendraji, your question is that we don't have a word. Do you know that Sanskrit has a power that it can create words? It's one dhatu, it creates like hundred of words. So it can be created. Nobody had tried it. I don't know what is the correct dhatu which would be meaningful in this case, but that is a good question. But in general term, there is sometimes I have seen a word used which is chutkara. Chutkara pa liya hai. I have got rid of it. So, so temporarily, if you don't want to use talak, chutkara is another word. उन लोगों के बीच में छुटकारा हो गया है. Means they have divorced each other, something like that. I have heard this kind of word. Have anybody else heard this word, chutkara?
No, Chitkara, no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So,
Yes,
so
sir. I like
basically,
छोड़
yeah.
दिया. छुटकारा means
Huh?
छोड़ दिया, छोड़ देना.
Yeah, yeah. So chutkara could have, but it is the meaning of the word is what you give, right? Even in the Sanskrit, the word has different meaning in different context. So basically, depends how you give the meaning, unless you have a very exact word, which means that married people getting rid of each other. What is a word, Indian word for that? And then, well, men, necessity is the mother of invention. So now, now is the time to figure it out. You know, contact some Sanskrit scholar, and we should come with a word. But don't go with long words like uh, somebody has translated in Hindi for signal, train signal. Do you know what is that word? It's it's jokingly I'm telling. Avat javat rah dikhawat. So we don't want to do that kind of translation. We should have a simple word which can be, understood.
So, but
So
chutkara would not be proper word. It is translation. It is not word for the divorce.
छोड़ना is also applicable. छोड़ दे, छोड़ना.
So we can use this term in many ways. So in the like छुटकारा पाना from sins और छुटकारा पाना किसी चीज से छुटकारा पाना. So
yeah,
getting rid of from anything. So we can use छुटकारा पाना. Not in only divorce in the term of divorce.
exactly.
So it would not
So
proper.
I mean, until we have a perfect word, and I think that is what our society should figure it out. That when the new things come, how can we introduce it? So we should be asking this question: where are our Hindu Samaj lawmakers? Like this is a question for our Hindu Samaj lawmakers to come up with the new things. See, one thing I like about Muslim community, they are very organized in spreading their Islam in America, England, everywhere in India, as you know. We are not. We don't even have. We talk, and then when we have the problem, we start crying rather than sitting together and solving it. So, so it is a new challenge. Then you have to invent the new things, right, to face it. I'm having my evening coffee right now.
Yes, yes, sir.
Uh, daytime. In the daytime today, I attended another group of meeting, which I have. They have invited me, but it was conflicting with this meeting. But I went. That is for the Mitla Rajesh. They have Twitter meeting, but that is completely in the Maithili. They also have just like this. They have every night at 9 o'clock to, I think they go all the way up to like 12 o'clock, and it's like people come and go. So Sunday is there. They do the monthly songs, monthly music, all those kind of stuff. So I said, okay, I want to see. I love music too. So that was very wonderful experience. You guys should consider going there. And uh, I had made last year a slogan for the Mithila estate. Uh, I call it Mithila Jaikara, and I read that. I did the part of that. Means like you know,
Yes.
with my voice, the way you say in the Zulus or in the meetings. I read it. So later on, if you guys want to listen that, I will do it for you. I'll show you, and especially for Brenda, that how we do the slogan shouting in India. You can give a glimpse of that. I have created a slogan for that movement last year, and which is like a poetry form, for poetry form, and then one person leads, and then the rest of the people follow. So, but that is for the later part when you guys are tired of discussing topics.
Yes, sir.
So it's already Monday for you guys in India, right?
Yes, Monday morning.
Yeah. Too bad. You know there are so many songs in this country on Monday. Manic Monday. Have you heard of Manic Monday? Nobody likes Monday in this country. Everybody likes Friday here. And of course, we can.
Fri- Friday evening. Friday evening, like
Huh?
eh,
Yeah.
Friday
Well,
evening.
Yeah.
Friday mood already begins from the morning. So Friday, nobody, half the offices are just like Indian offices. Most of the people, who can leave, they leave in the early afternoon on Friday. Or normally the culture is that many companies have that, but some companies don't. That you pack Friday very light. So, for example, definitely I never call a meeting on Friday. In my when I was managing a lot of things, I never said that's my rule. So Friday is completely your day. You do thinking about whole week you have worked Monday through Thursday, and now it is like after you cooking you clean the desk. I mean clean the kitchen. That should be the habit. So Friday is the day to clean up everything. Make sure that you have replied to all emails. Make sure you have uh, replied all the queries. Check your notebook for the action items which you were supposed to complete. You didn't complete, and if you didn't complete, then push it to the next week. You should transfer those action items for the next week with the due date. So those kind of things you should do. I normally use that was my rule. That Friday afternoon I would do 2 hours, the whole week what I did and what our group did, and pretty much summarize it. Because in this country, also keep in mind, India, I don't know if we have practiced there or not. Here we have to do in many company, not every company, weekly report. Do we do any private companies in India? Do we do weekly report or we don't?
Yes, yes, sir. Some companies applicable regarding our weekly report.
Okay. What about Brinda in your place? Do you guys do any weekly report?
Yes.
Okay.
But not in all companies. Not in all
Ah,
companies.
yeah. So it's flexible like everywhere. And again, like this is simply everything is by Western countries. So naturally, it is similar in other countries because we are in Mexico, in India, in all these countries. We are following the culture of the West, and good or bad or ugly, everything we have to take it, right? You cannot have only good things of West. Like divorce is a bad thing of the West, but hey, it comes with a package. If you want to industrialize your society, you will have to go through the same route which they have gone earlier. And because no doubt about it, industrialization has given us a lot of new gadgets, tools, toys, machines, whatever you want to call it. But it has definitely increased tension in the society. We all are not as relaxed as our previous generation. You know, we don't have time even for ourselves. So it has taken away time from us different ways as a worker and as a consumer. We are spending a lot more time on now on the computer and phone, on the Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, which our parents' generation never did. So this is the time it has industrialization has taken away from us, which we used to give to our family. Now we are giving to telephone. And answering the Surendra's question, this is one of the problem also. I'm not saying this is the only reason, but this is one of the root cause of the divorce increase. As you can see, you can probably see the pattern. As the society get more educated, you have more divorce. In the villages, I'm assuming still there is very little divorce, but medium town will have more divorce, and big cities like Bangalore and Bombay will have ultimate level of which matches what we have in the Western countries.
Yes, sir. Actually, village areas, girls think that after marriage, her husband is all in one, means as like God.
Yeah,
But educated women never feel this type of
yeah. Because in the village type still we have the old structure intact,
yes,
that man goes to work outside, whether whatever job or cultivation or whatever it is, and ladies they stay home, take care of the home front, cooking, cleaning, all those groceries, teaching its kids. So they are the housemakers, right?
and
And
nowadays
I
also
think
working women also, but they never.
now the problem is they have two three burden now. Their burden has they're collapsing. That's why the problem is because now you have added a burden on them that they have to work too. So now they have before they had to take care of husband, children, home. Now we are expecting them because the money husbands bring to the family is not sufficient that they go out and work. So now, if they go out to work, the household work which they were doing, we still expect them to do it. That's not fair. So the fair thing is that husband and wife both have to share that work. And when they don't share the household responsibilities equitably, then the problem begins. Crack starts forming in the engineering terms. you know that is the root cause of the crack formation, and then that cracks keeps growing and growing if the one party, whoever is not doing party, if they don't do their share, and then cracks becomes one day a divorce. They cannot live together any longer, and then even it is worst for the woman because now husband is out. Now woman is left with two three children by herself, and she is at the mercy of the government because in India, United States, everybody has to pay alimony and child support. I don't think in India still it is the rule. Is it there yet that you have to pay the child support and alimony to wife?
No, in ancient time we see that only education says education, not child care.
Yeah,
Only
so education is not compulsory. Husband can say that if he's not going to school or he's going to a government school, that's fine. Why should I pay for that one? But you cannot force them, right? I'm asking
No, no,
here.
no. Sir, if case is goes going to court decide to pay some like bhatta, that is called bhatta to wife.
Yeah, yeah, same thing here. But the question is that here it is very prescribed, or I should say, how should I say it? It's very well written that how much you have to give up to. I think it is like 16 years of the age of the kids, 16 or 18. I don't know exactly. You have to pay the child support. Means that it depends on how your income is. So percentage of that is I think fixed, certain percentage of your income. Similarly, you have to pay certain percentage of income as your to your spouse, husband. There are many situations here where not always the ladies are the housemaker. In this country, there are many times lazy husbands are the housemakers and wives are going on the work, and husbands are taking care of kids at home and cooking. So that role has been
Mhm.
reversed many places because lazy husbands are, they they fall in love, they marry, and then find out, the ladies find out that, oh my gosh, I got a bad lemon. Now this guy is useless. He doesn't want to do anything. He's a couch potato, right? Watching TV, watching sports. That is the popular time for guys here, and talking to friends, and then barely they take care of children. I mean, I watch sometimes the court proceedings for fun. That is the public. You can call it that. A lot of cases come in the court, and they record it. So those kind of things, and this is what we see the pattern every day, uh, because normally husbands, like many cases, husbands normally stop sharing the load, and then family is in stress. Now ladies have to go to work outside, they have to do the household work, taking care of kids, fighting with husband, so they become torn. And society is also not a structure. It's a new problem for the society. There are there is no proper help. Some help is there, that financially husbands cannot simply run away, giving, like, without giving anything.
That's
I think
that's
so.
why
At least
Nishan,
financially, that should be also in India.
that's
And
why
I think, what they should. This is very good thing. I have been thinking about it. We should have a license system for kids. I I am proposing. My thought is that, just like when you, Brenda, what you say about it, listen to my proposal, what I'm thinking about. That, just like, when you go to take the driver's license for driving the car, you have to meet certain requirements, then only you get the license, right? So
Right.
similarly, to have kids, there should be requirement. First, that you both should be married for at least, like, let's call it 5 years, to show that you have a stable marriage. Number one, because 1 year is the romantic period, 2 years is pretty much waning period. So 5 years up, if you have stayed together 5 years, means you have a stable marriage. So that should be the condition number one. Second should be that, both should have a uh, financial income of certain level. Now we're talking about the modern age, so we have to have the rule that both are expected to work. No, not like only one spouse. So if both spouses, because of the divorce can happen anytime, so basically you have to make both sides ready. So both should have a working career or some kind of income, so that if one party leave, other party can survive while the things are in the court. Two, so that two, and the third is that, show that both have desire for the kids. Many times the kids come out because one party wants it. Many times mother want a child. Husbands are not interested in having a child, and that is also bad, because then they are not signing up for this. So you have to prove that both sides are ready for kids. Three, and then fourth is that they have to make commitment that up to the age of, like, 18 is here. Up to the 18 is like kids finish the high school at the age of 18. So you cannot divorce, good or bad or ugly. You have to live under one roof up to the age of 18. You can make it 21 also, I don't mind it. So basically, if you meet this all these requirements, then you should have a kid. Otherwise, you cannot have a kid.
but sir, naturally, sir, if
Maybe the
Huh? What, Brenda? What do you think about my this license?
ah no, the license is okay, but the the end rules it's complicated because stay with one person for 80
21.
18 ye-
21, not only 18, because let's call it 18, but 18 plus 5. 18 is the married period, right? So 18 plus 5, I am saying that at least you have to, before you even have kids, you have to have 5 years of living together experience. So 18 plus 5 is 23, and let's give couple of more years of the grace period, like in between when you decide you have to get the license, there will be government will be checking all these things. So 20, basically it is a commitment of minimum 20 years. Then only you can have a kid.
Yeah,
If you're
but
not,
it's complicated. For example, yeah, it's complicated. A person signature or
yeah,
this contract
yeah, because what is happening is like,
only for the end.
because what is happening is that if you don't have the commitment from both sides, then kids are thrown on the street, right? That's what is happening in India. The Muslim community,
Yeah.
they in India they breed kids like dogs. They will have 6 to 10 kids, and they don't care. They just breed, and then if they are begging or they are sent to Muslim religious school which runs on donation from the rich countries, rich Muslim countries. So they breed those kids to populate India so that India can become Muslim. That is their only objective. They give them money, and they give them free food in those kind of Muslim monasteries, schools, and so this is a big problem right in India right now. I see that otherwise India will become a Muslim country very soon, because they are left and right populating the country, and then they are demanding that everything should be done by their way. And then these kids, they just are roaming the street, like for example, they have no respect for any laws, and they don't have proper education. They don't become engineer, doctor, and professional like you and me. They just become street roamers because they never get the proper education. They go to school only for food, and school gives them only little food because they have to incentivize their parents to breed them. So it is like uh, no interest really in the development of child. It's like they're using the children as machine to take over the country, like a children army to take over the India for making India a Muslim country. And that is the phenomenon in every country. It's not that. So you will hear from the same thing from Sarojji. Even in America, I tell you a very interesting story. I have gone to jail. Let's see what experience you guys think about. If I tell you that I have gone to jail, what do you think?
Mhm. Yeah, I know that jail in USA, but no.
Okay. So normally you probably would say, and that's why I want to make it. Normally you think that I must have done some crime. That's why the reason only I went to jail, right? That's the common
Yeah.
common thinking. Right, Pankajji, right, Surenderji?
Yes,
Why you go to jail?
yes,
There is no other reason, I guess, right? Yes, there are some reasons. Like you could be a government officials, like jail officials. I was not that either. So then what else? Okay, so I gave you that I was not a criminal. I was not a government official. Let's see if you guys can figure out what could be the third reason.
any traffic rules?
No, that is a crime.
Yes,
I said that I was not a criminal. Still, I went to jail.
yes.
I tricked you guys. Okay. All right. Think. I told you I was not a government jail officials either.
Going to join the service, have to live 30 days in jail in
What?
China.
What do you say?
If anybody want to join government sector service,
Yeah.
they have to live 30 days in jail.
Oh, okay. Well,
They,
there is there
that
is
is the
there
process
is
to
nothing like that here.
join the government sector.
Yeah. There is nothing like that.
I
Okay. So now
aware about that.
yeah. No, there is nothing like that. Okay. So it's I tell you what it is. I was teaching mathematics in a college in Arizona, which is very close to Mexico border, Phoenix. And Brenda, as you know, I used to live in Phoenix. That's what I was telling you. That's from where I went to your your city, Tijuana,
Okay.
one time. Right. So we have a Highway 8 that goes all the way to San Diego, and then we can easily cross the border and go to your town. That's what I think I had done a few times. But anyway, so when I was no, I was that was not in the Phoenix. Sorry, I gave you the wrong information. That was not in the Phoenix. That was in That was in Alabama state, another state. Oh, that would be like more of a central. That was my first job actually as a teaching college lecturer of mathematics. And then request came that from the jail that they wanted somebody to teach in jail, you know, jail teach. And so I was the youngest lecturer. So these kind of tasks normally comes to the youngest lecturer or professor. So department chair of it was a combined department of physics, in pre-engineering and mathematics. So these are the three things. And of course, I was teaching pre-engineering classes, but it was a department was the same. So physics, engineering, and mathematics. So we are responsible for all these three courses. So he said that, hey, are you interested? If you are interested to it, and this was like $100 a night. I'm talking about 87, 88. So $100 a night in those days was not bad. Even now it is not bad. $100, $100 means what is 8,000 now, right? Something like that. Yeah, 8,000. So it was reasonable that you have to go for teach for 3 hours and going 5 hours total of time, roughly you can say. So I said, fine, I'll teach. Go there. So here I go to teach. They did a lot of like just like you do the fingerprinting and all those kinds of formalities, making sure bloom bloom bloom. I had to be oriented, registered. They gave me the badge and everything. So after that, everything became routine, and then um, I would go. They would take me to class where the classroom is. Of course, there is a camera and monitor. They are doing it everything so that I'm not discussing anything or whatever. And class is there for 3 hours with a break in between for 15-20 minutes in the middle. So in the 3 hours, and I was teaching, I think, calculus one to them. So so that was my experience. And so I asked them that, who are you? And almost there were two types of people there. They all were people who were serving life sentence. Brenda, do you know what is serving life sentence means?
Yes.
I Yeah, and in India we really don't have very strict rule. Here it means that you are serving for life. When it is called life sentence means you will never see a daylight outside the jail. But India, now I see that people have started going out on the payroll for some attending this, that. Like I saw it in Bihar. One of the goons has been even released now, which is very bad for the morale of the police and morale of the country or civil society. So, but anyway, so they were all kind of criminals, druggists, drug dealers, murderers, international trafficking people. And I was surprised to find some kids there from Iran. In that one, there were quite half of them were Afro-American blacks, and yeah, there was, thanks God, there was no Indian, no Indian, no Chinese. Yeah. So okay, let's see what I wanted to tell you. Yeah. So I said that, okay. So how is it happened that the break we had there? We could have a small talks about different things, and I'm very curious about international society. So I asked them, what how is your life and how is your daily routine, and then they told me that they meet, they get time to also do some work, and then they also have time for prayer and meeting. So I said, what kind of prayers you do? Most of them said that, some of them said that we are Christians, some said that we are Muslims. So then I said, oh, Muslims? I'm surprised. And then that's when I found out that there were some Iranian people. And then they said, yeah, we are Muslims and we get time for that. I said, who come to temple? I mean, here. He told me that, well, we have our imam priest who comes here, and then he also told me that the imam is coming to the priest jail not only to preach us, but to recruit the those people who are in the jail to become Muslims. So, what is happening in American jail right now? You may go to jail as a Christian, but it's quite normal that you come out of jail. Like, I'm not talking about this life sentences because they never come out, but other people who have for a short period of jail. So, since everybody has right to religion, and every religious community has right to preach, so in the jail, Christians go, Muslims go, Hindus don't go as usual, right? And so Muslims, when they send their clergic or imams, they have only one intention: to convert those Christians in the jail to Muslim. And they are succeeding left and right in doing that. And so they go the smaller people, I mean, a small term caddies, a small term serving people who are there only for say 1 year, 2 years, all those kind of things. uh, they say, oh, no, 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 if you stay Christian, what you get if you come to us, if you become Muslim, we will take care of all your issues. We will have your lawyer who will fight your case. You will have, if you have marriage, if you have no marriage, we'll find a girl for you to marry. If you don't have a job, we'll give you a job. All you have to do is that do the prayer, become Muslim, and spread the message of Islam to your friends, your family, your circle. So that level of organization exists in Islamic world teaching how to spread the Islam. And so, you know, you are fighting against this. This is like ordinary army fighting a Roman army, which was like 20/7. So Roman, nobody could defeat the Roman army, because normally you have an army fighting 1 to 1. That on one side the army used to be in a row, and you'll have a one line of army, one person. That's it, one person from this side, and there is nobody behind to back him up. And one person, a big row of army, but one row only. But uh, Romans, when they fight, they had 20 rows of army. So what would happen is that as soon as the one row would fall, the second row would take over, and then like that. So they had like 20 rows. It was a fighting machine. So this is what exactly is Islamic education system to convert the whole world is the active, and they have succeeded in already in Europe. Europe is even in bigger problem than India. There is saying about those scholars who have studied Islam that as soon as the Muslims become 25 to 30%, they start really asserting that their way of life should be the main life. And India has, unfortunately, they are reaching there now, and that's why you are seeing so much of issues in India. Already, Europe has that problem. And so, like in many areas, what happens is that once Muslims start entering that area, slowly they will take over that area. Means that all the whites and all the Europeans who were living there for hundreds of years, they will sell their property and go somewhere else. And this is their style. And in America also, when in 80s and 90s, when I was working for IBM, there was in New York City a market called Jackson Heights. You guys should research. And that was, of course, owned by mainly like Gujarati and Punjabis and few other people. Local Indian market where you can get all the saris for India travel, all the gadgets, and when you travel to India, you take it home. I used to shop every time I used to go to India in 80s and early 90s from there. And then later on, now I find out that, oh, that market has become a Bangladeshi market now. All the shops are now Bangladeshi there. No Indian are going there because other Indian shopping centers have developed in New Jersey and maybe other places. But I want to go and see one day now. Maybe I'll do a show on that. Uh, so, so basically, the world has the biggest threat of Islam because their problem is that they want not to stop. They are try. The Muslim injunction is, I guess you guys should read Quran. I have read it very carefully. It is saying that either Islam or nothing. Period. And their goal is that Muslim, when they say Muslim are in jihad, they are not jihad for little thing. Their jihad concept is that they don't believe in this um, borders which we have, geographical borders. No, that is not the border for them. The whole earth has to be converted into Islam. That is their ultimate goal. That is the Muhammad gave them the direction. Until that happens, the fight must go on. And you are okay to use any method to convert anybody from any other religion or no religion to Islam. So that is their teaching by Muhammad. And they are very strict about that one. And that's why, and they say that you should always disrespect the other religion. They would never, you know, you should never allow other religions to kind of have a dominant role in your life. So you should always kind of see Christians or Jews. I mean, Hindus were not there in Saudi Arabia, but these two as a second class citizen. That is from day one. It's okay. They are not your equals. If they are not a Muslim, then they are not your equals. They are less than that, and you should make them equal by converting them to Islam. That's how the equality they define. And then same thing about the women rights. There is no rights for women there. As you can see, that men can men can marry up to four wives without giving proper alimony, and he can move on from one wife. All he has to do is men has to bring that. It's like they have to say only three times talak, 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 and divorce is done. No court proceedings. Oh boy.
This is a traditional in Muslim, right?
Hmm.
Have one, two,
Inside,
three, or
yeah,
five women.
yeah. And then like in the Saudi Arabia or even strictly Islamic, those who have already converted into Islam, they have everybody has to forced to pray 5 times a day. um, um, I don't understand how can some country work or function if you have to be 5 times a day praying. Where is the time left? But they do, and I don't know how they succeed in doing any economic activity. So 5 times a prayer, women have to be wild all the time. You cannot show your other than the face. No short skirt or dresses allowed in Islamic countries. Even if it's in hot weather like Saudi Arabia or Iran, you have to be fully covered. And no music, no drinking. All those kind of things are anything Western, of course, is prohibited. Anything actually non, even they eat, everything has to be for even the meat has to be cut in Islamic way. Then only you should eat. So that's how they are crazy about their religion, and they are on rise everywhere in all over the world because Western culture and Indian culture or neutral culture are struggling with the family issues, how to take care of kids, but their goal is not to take care of kids. Their goal is to leave them on the street like dogs and go and disturb other people, non-Hindu, I mean non-Muslim people. They are doing it everywhere. There is not a single. You will see the. I'm sure you have seen the problems in France, problem in England. Everywhere is the same problem. All right, so I guess it's 9:50.
Yes, sir. Now time is 7:20. So,
Yeah. Okay, then we'll continue other time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Amanji.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, Pankaj.
Bye. Bye, sir.
Bye.